Krishna. Oh, you also here. Surprise. You can continue. Full house. Gitamrita, nectar of Bhagavad Gita. Srila Sridhar explains some important shlokas of Bhagavad Gita. This is from second chapter, 64. Raga dvesha vinuktas vinmuktaistu vishayan indriyascharan atma vishai vidyadhatma prasaram adhigacchati. So the translation of this shloka is, however, one who can control his mind and senses and is free from both attachment and repulsion, even while in the midst of sense objects, attains divine grace. However, one who can control his mind and senses and is free from both attachment and repulsion, even while in the midst of sense objects, attains divine grace. This is the art we have to learn. Unfortunately, when we are out in this material world, our senses are also wandering. We have no control. So the objects of our senses take over. They become the master, and we are under this illusion. This is reality. This is truth. Srila Goswami Maharaj is giving illumination to this shloka. Externally and ignorantly, it may be seen that we are on a quest of dharma, artha, and karma, religiosity, wealth, and sense pleasure. So, karma and karma is different things. Karma means sense pleasure or lusty desire. Wealth, we want money. First we go to pray to God. Give me this, give me this. Then I get wealth. And then I want to enjoy sense pleasure. So, dhamma, artha, karma. This is the main reason why we are here. Don't think anybody in this material world, the whole universe, has some other reasons. We have all the same reason. But if it is examined deeply, then it must be found that we are eagerly searching only for rasam, sundaram. That we are looking in reality, actually we want sweetness and we want beauty. Satisfaction to the fullest, not for partial, temporary, so-called pleasure. Karma, the dharma, cannot satisfy our inner hankering. Our inner hankering is always for sweetness and beauty. So Dharma, Artha, Karma cannot satisfy our inner hankering. Emancipation from our present flickering hankering is also not the goal. Moksha, liberation, is an artificial life. Where liberation is for the negative side. Life must have its fulfillment. What means liberation or moksha is for the negative side. It is just when we are suffering and we get relieved for a short moment from this suffering, coming out and being free. It is just the negative side is removed. But there is no direction, there is no positive where we can be attracted. It is just the removal of our painful situation in this material world. This is moksha, liberation from the material. So to go in a neutral state. But there is no positive what attracts us to the other side. So everything has got its fulfillment, its necessary position. It is not meant for nothing. Zero cannot be the conclusion of the whole. So moksha is also something what we call that we make everything on zero. So no material life, no sense gratification, no nothing. And we come to the point of zero. We are just, our mind is neutral. But this makes, at a certain point, we feel happiness because the suffering is gone. The pushing of the material nature. So this is experienced as some kind of happiness. But it is just the absence of the influence of the external plane. So to stay in a long, deep slumber is destructive and inconclusive. That cannot be the objective or creation or the object of our existence. You cannot separate yourself from the environment. It is not possible. That is death, or samadhi, the infinite slumber. So to separate from it means also, like moksha means also another meaning is all this material, whatever we are looking for is dying. And then we gain a kind of infinite slumber. Slumber means sleep state, sleeping state. That is not the answer. That is not life. That is no solution. You must live with many. You see that you are a part of the whole. And what is disturbing you is your spirit of independence. You must try to save yourself from the hands of your friends. God save me from my so-called friends. Independence cannot solve the problem we are faced with. We think that by independence our problems may be solved. But that is wrong. No, you may think that independence will give you satisfaction of your inner heart. But this sort of thinking is your enemy. You think that if you get out of any circumstantial infringement, you will get freedom and you will be happy. Rather, the opposite is true. Any aspiration of independence is your enemy. We are to understand this. Apparently, this independence seems to be our friend. No, that is your real enemy. You must learn how to live together. So, we belong to one. We are one and different from this original, from the Supreme. So if you want to live independent, then it's no possibility that you ever attain any real happiness. It is this kind of independence, what we think gives you happiness or freedom. It is our enemy. Here there is exploitation. So exploitation means when I'm getting independent, I exploit. Whatever I see or whatever I think I can enjoy, I will exploit. This is this material world now. For this they are killing, for name, fame, profit, power. Now this is, everybody thinks he is God, independent. So here there's exploitation, and the opposite is dedication, bhakti. Surrender to the sender. So this is the solution. When we again come to the conclusion, actually we are never independent. We are here to surrender to the sender. He is the Supreme, He is performing His pastimes and we are part of it. And when we surrender to His desire, to His will, anyway we have to always do His will. We are not free, we are not deciding when I will die or when I get old or whatever. So, bhakti, exploitation is one side, and dedication bhakti means, yes, my Lord, I am ready to act according to your will. Whatever you think, whatever you arrange, whatever you think, what is my position, I will surrender to it. Then harmony will come. And relation will be established. So the other side must be searched. That chit vilas. Chit vilas means divine play. Because Krishna is not boring, sitting the whole day and looking at us and thinking, oh, boring today. It's a long beard. No, he is all the time, he wants to enjoy, he is playing, and we are a part of his pastimes, or playing, chitvilas. How can we get that? We must give up that separate interest and enter into the undivided family, the guardian-ruled family. So Krishna family is very big. Everything belongs to his family. Except also those who are rebelling and thinking they are separate. They belong also, but they are not living in his inner circle and his transcendental plane. the guardian and ruled family. So we have to become member of the family of Krishna. My Gurudev told me once in Jagannath Puri, sitting in his room, he said, now you have become member of the Achyuta Gotra. What means this? Now we become a member of the family of Krishna. Means now we are acting according to his will. Whatever he may arrange, we will not go against it. Everything moves according to his will. Either you are conditioned or you are a liberated soul. But a liberated soul will be in a very loving way, will be dealt with them. That has been advised to us, and we must not be afraid of the direction of that guardianship. That is wholesome and healthy. You should try to live in a joint family. You must be accommodating. And now we think we have all our separate interests here. But if pure devotees meeting together, they think not that we are separate. They are family, they are according to the will of the Krishna move. They move, they think everything according to Krishna's will. This is his pastimes. He performs with his parts and parcels, his expansions. You must correct your own nature. It is in a harmonious existence, not in a separate existence. To have a life in harmony, self-surrender is really necessary. Surrendering is your friend. Surrender can only give you relief. You can get your higher life. From your innermost heart, you will be able to understand that. Deep in your heart, you will you can realize this. You will understand it. This is the advice of Bhagavad Gita. This is the only remedy to improve our lot. And this is the highest theology in the whole world, the whole universe. Theology. Theology. This is not found anywhere so explicitly as it is suggested in Bhagavad Gita. That you can't change the superficial circumstances. It does not mean that you are lost. Take your mind on your own thing without caring for the dualities of the world. You can fight with them. That is no fight with your own shadow. You have affinity for something, raga, and you have jealousy for something, dvesha. Both affinity and jealousy are two kinds of prejudice in favor and in opposition. You must conquer this sort of feelings and then march on to your goal. Otherwise your energy will be hopelessly lost. It's the key to success in your life. Raga Dvesha Yukta is too. In Bhagavad Gita said, Krishna has hammered this Raga Dvesha, sympathy and apathy. Those two are our enemies. So sympathy and apathy, both are our enemies. Be independent of those two enemies and concentrate upon your guardian. and understand that he is not partial. That is the first consideration you must have. If you want real peace of mind, one who is liberated and independent of this sympathy and apathy to worldly events is indifferent in the way that he takes his food, bath, does his work, all these things, Vishayan Indriyaishcharan. He is more concerned towards the inner world, towards his soul, Atma, Vashyai. So by the interest of his soul, he can control the interest of the mind. And that is in the interest of the world. Vidhyayatma, he is sure to reach the plane of real peace. Pasharam adhigacchati. So peace is independent of any incidence of the phenomenal world. Peace is independent of any incidence of the phenomenal world. It does not depend on the external events at all. So peace you cannot attain by your external sense perception, or external events, or a birthday party, or whatever, I don't know what. This we cannot attain peace on this level, not at all. It is a separate thing. Man may find peace of mind in very unfavorable circumstances. Another may not find peace in his mind even in very favorable circumstances. He is always in anxiety. He is in possession of something, but still he is thinking, I may lose it. The anxiety is making him suffer. So peace is independent. Real peace, which is the object of the search for all of us, is independent of the incidents that have apparently seem to be favorable or unfavorable. Sukha dukkha samye kritva labha labhau jaya jayayan tatho yudaya yudyasva naivam vabham avapsyasi. It's also Bhagavad Gita. Maintain equanimity when faced with happiness and distress. Gain and loss, victory and defeat, fight, and in this way you will not incur impiety. So what are circumstances we are coming in? Victory, defeat, fight, gain and loss, you just tolerate. So if you not go against this, then you will not create impiety, or you will not create karma that keeps you, because every action we perform on the external plane has its reaction. So whatever you do, don't entangle yourself in these superficial waves of the world. Don't care for that. Ignore them. Trample them under your feet. Create your mentality in such a way that you trample down this idea of favorable, unfavorable, and go on with your duty. That will fetch real value for your labor and energy. When you are devoting your energy 7% for his duty, don't care for success. If you are sincerely devoting your energy that will be counted. And success or failure won't be counted for you. Be indifferent to the external events and go on internally, discharging duty to Him. So this explanation of this verse 247 in the Bhagavad Gita. Is there any question or any comments on this? What was the verse again? Your right is to perform your work, but never do the results. So we can perform our duties in this world according to our past life, but don't expect any result. Don't accept. Never be motivated by the results of your action, nor should you be attracted to not performing your prescribed duties. Also, it is not right when you say that now I stop acting in what is according to my past life, my activity or my life I have to leave. So by stopping this, you also will not attain. You perform your duties, but be not attached to the result. Don't expect anything in return. It's a very difficult, is a very most difficult thing in our life. Whatever we do to impress others, every action is to expect something for this. And you just do it for the Lord's pleasure. We never want any result. We even reject if the result comes. We will not accept. We will just offer to the Lord. This is a higher understanding. Very rare somebody will come to this level and this understanding. Very rare one will understand it, and very, very rare one can surrender in this way or practice it. But if you get some drop of this nectar, then we are saved. We will go on, we want to do more of this. When we realize Krishna, God, is not imagination of someone or of me, or this something coming from the outside. The God or Krishna or Ram, whatever name we give him, he is a reality. He is the only reality. And for this you have to give up all this attitude that I manage my life, I am the doer, I am the enjoyer. I want this enjoy. This is just getting us more deep into this material ignorance, maya, illusion, will control us. And we will not be able to understand. There is someone above who is just fulfilling, putting everything for us that we can fulfill our desire in the same time we also have to enjoy or suffer the fruits of our activities we perform. So in this way, Krishna is teaching us in a way that may sometimes painful, because we are so foolish that we cannot, otherwise we cannot change, we cannot accept. He teaches us, and this is mercy of the Lord. This is the mercy. And by this we are coming closer and closer. Is anything to say? Huh? Yes.
When we are discharging our duties, or in my case, sometimes I have difficulties with knowing what is part of the duty and what is not.
Because you're thinking too much.
Yeah, maybe, like, for example, this evening, then where some guests were coming, then there was one person, and we were starting Arati, then was starting to ring the bell without a melody. Then, I have to surrender, I have to let go, but then it was, I felt it was disturbing. Then I said no.
You have to learn. You have to learn it this way, to tolerate.
Does she also
Then,
in our mat how they are,
yes,
living in this circumstance?
they tolerate these things.
They don't let just anyone do whatever they like.
Oh, they are coming. I see in many mats, I see they are doing, banging there. But they will realize themselves. When you tolerate, but if you go against, it is a subtle, then they will go on. It is, don't think that you always look first on yourself. You find wrong in yourself. Krishna will correct, Krishna will do his doing everything. We should not take the position of Krishna. Of course we are protecting Krishna, but now we have this temple. At 25 years I try to know that we are worshipping and getting some sincere devotees. But it is very difficult. Now Krishna gave us this nice temple, but there are only not even a handful who is really giving and identify with himself as a servant of Krishna. Most of them, they come here, they need a bed, they need money, they're looking for ladies, or ladies looking for men. They of different reasons, but not that someone wants to serve Krishna, and we have to tolerate this. We cannot. Whoever does something for Krishna here, we can offer him. He will get, according to his activities, even if he's no devotion or no, he's doing it for money or for whatever, we can offer it to Krishna. He will get some tiny result, or will at once also. But I thought that I wanted to build a temple for the senior Vaishnavas who are getting older, who are getting realization that this life is not we have to get a solution. There's more than this life. We are not members of this world. But even if old people come, elder people come and join, you cannot change them. It's easier to when they come young. The older they are, the more hard it is. It is like a tree, you know. If a small branch you want to bend it, you know, it's easy. You want to. But if they become old, the branch is getting older. You want to bend it, it will break. So you cannot change, it's very hard. I had got so many 40, 50 years now experience. That is very hard to surrender. So I was thinking when I joined, I was very young. I started chanting the name with about 18, 19 years. I was 64 rounds I was chanting when I was office worker. I chanted 64 rounds before, 3-4 years before already. I read the books like the devotion and so, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So many times. Yeah, my life was more or less, and then I got Bhagavad Gita, and then I thought, okay, no, if I'm not become surrender to this now, if I don't go, then my life is lost. Then I will work until 55, 60 or something, and then I will sit in I don't know, old man, I'm talking about football, I don't know, and lamenting and finding fault in so many things. I was afraid of this. So for one weekend I decided, then I come back from India. And I said, a few weeks later, I decided on Friday I go to the temple. They opened the first temple in Vienna. I was, before the devotees come, they gave me just address. I was waiting, there was nobody living there. And they're coming, the devotees full with a van, full with devotees, and then we started. But I know this was not the real thing, but I surrendered. I thought this is necessary now to get purified. I accepted. I accepted everything. So Krishna, when I went to India, 20 years later, I did not want to come back anymore. I want to chant the name and this association of the real devotees. And I met my real Gurudev. And then I was staying with him every day, Kartik month, and then in the spring afterwards, he told me I should go to West, where I'm coming. I should make a temple there. Where we are a whole group of Westerners sitting, and he told, "You're the only one who can do this." because I was so determined. I never want to go back in the material world. So this was, if you don't do this in the early years, then it's very difficult when you get old that you change. On the other side, I saw so many pure devotees, god brother of my spiritual master. They were 90, 95, 100, 104 years old. And they behaved like children. They were like children, you know. They were not anything proud or I am a great devotee or something like this. They identified so purely, so pure-hearted, and so much ecstasy. Their association we experienced. I met some of these old sadhus and real devotees. I was very fortunate. So Guru Maharaj told me, and I was living like a beggar in India with no money. Only a ticket I could buy. And they came here, and I don't know how it happened. Somehow or another. We're living, sometimes I live in circumstances, you know. Nobody could live like this. Then everything Krishna arranged, everything. My Guru is under the Guru's order. Everything is possible if we surrender. If we develop faith in Guru and Krishna, everything will happen. Everything will manifest. Anything more to say? Jai Srila Gurudeva Ki Jai. Jai Srila Param Buddhabhan. Srila Bhakti Rakshak Srila Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Srimad Bhagavad Gita Ki Jai. Jai Gaur Brahmanandi. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha. Pasindubhya